I'm reporting live from Winter NAMM 2020, and I'm here with Kurt and Andy from Red Panda. Welcome, guys. How you doing?
Great. Thanks for having us here.
Absolutely, absolutely. So tell us a little bit about, we have the Context Reverb pedal from you guys, which is actually it's not shipping till April, but is it available now?
It
technically
is,
to buy, to purchase?
We'll be starting pre-orders this week.
Okay.
So, but it'll be shipping in April. We're starting to, actually, yesterday I sent the parts over to our local PCB assembly house, so we're starting to build it. But it'll be shipping in April. This is version 2. Version 1 of this pedal came out in 2013, and this updates it with delay is available in all the modes, so you had combined delay and reverb. We added 3 new reverb modes, and modulation to all the modes, and also dynamics, so that you can have ducking reverb sounds and also an expander, so that as you play louder you get more reverb. When you play softer, the reverb kind of fades away.
Right, and then let's see here. What are some of the differences here? Because I was looking it up online between like the plate reverb, the spring reverb, grain.
Do we want to run through them? Or?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, and if you could even like talk a little bit about them.
Yeah, so the Room is a good general purpose reverb. It has a fast build up, and so it kind of simulates a smaller space. And then we have a Hall reverb, which has a slower build up and a slower initial delay, so it gives you more spacious sound and good for like long modulated reverbs. And then next up we have the Cathedral, which simulates a large, bright space with a lot of high frequency response, and it has some movement in the tail, so it gives you a really big and kind of bright sound with the basic setting. And so these modes are updates of our Context version 1 algorithms, and we've also added modulation to all of them. And as I increase the modulation knob, it changes both the amount and the character of the modulation. So it gives you a mix of different types of modulation from 80s and early 90s reverbs. So you have like chorus modulation or like random modulation that keeps the pitch stable.
Right.
And then going up, it gets into more extreme modulation, so you can get really deep modulated reverbs. And if I hold down this shift button, or I can double click on it, this knob will control the modulation rate, so I can go very slow. Or crank it all the way up for more extreme effects. And if I also crank up the modulation amount, it starts to get really pitchy and almost kind of break up. So it gives you a lot of flexibility.
Right, right.
And then next up we have the gated reverb, which a lot of people will remember from the Phil Collins drum sounds in the 80s. But it's also useful for guitar. It gives you a non-linear, kind of an unnatural decay, and you can put a lot of reverb on it without cluttering up the sound because it cuts off sharply. And you can also get more effects type sounds if I turn the blend up to 100%, so it's 100% wet. So it starts to be less of a reverb and more of a, like a delay kind of effect. And then next up, we have a reverse delay, and this gives you, it's inspired by like the MIDI-verb 2 reverse delay sounds that you hear on a lot of shoegaze kind of music, where it fades in and gets brighter over time, so it gives you the impression that it's coming towards you. And so impression of going in reverse, but it's not just flipping it around.
Right, right.
And in this mode, the modulation will add a wash of normal reverb, so that you have both the reverse and forward going at the same time. And then, so moving on from that, we have a plate which simulates a studio plate reverb. And this again is an update from version 1. And then the last two are also new for version 2. So we have a spring reverb, which it's not a model of a particular spring reverb tank. Instead, we designed the spring reverb algorithm using the types of techniques and algorithms that were used in 1980s reverbs.
Okay.
So it gives you the spring reverb effect, but with a slightly different twist to it. And here the modulation is a tremolo. And then the final is a granular reverb, and with the modulation set low, it gives you the sounds from the Ursa Major SST 282 space station, which was a 1978 reverb effect. So you get very ghostly kind of ambient effects. And then as I crank the modulation up, it creates granular, like clouds of sounds.
Right. That's pretty amazing. And then what does it retail for?
So the retail is $299, and it will be shipping in April. And you can find more information on our website this week.
Oh, perfect. It's redpanda.com?
redpandalab.com.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us and for giving us an awesome demo. Thanks, guys.
Well, thanks for having us here.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.